David and you're watching iHUNT TV. You're probably wondering what this is all about. Well, quite frankly, so am I. You know, here it is, the end of the archery season in 2014. It's January 2014, and I get this harebrained idea about starting my own hunting show. About a month or so ago, I was joking around with my wife and some friends, and I said, you know, when I grow up, I want to play music and have my own hunting show to make a living. And well, I play in a Christian rock band called Ninth Hour, and you can check that out at ninthhourmusic.com. And I also lead worship at a couple of churches, so I get to exercise that music part of my life through those avenues, whether it's performance with the band, doing solo gigs at coffee houses, or leading worship and helping people connect with God through music. I get to exercise that. Don't know that I'm making a living at it, but hey, I love to do it, so I'm going to continue to do it. So the other passion I have, obviously, is hunting, and I have this idea. I love outdoor TV. I love to watch it. I'm watching it all the time. There's some great shows on there, and I thought, boy, it'd be really cool to be doing stuff like that, to be hunting, doing things that you love, and sharing that with people around, and just making a living basically at that. Well, I don't know that I'll make a living at this either. A wise man once told me that you either have to be first, the best, or different. Well, certainly I'm not the first guy to take a camera and videotape his hunt and make a show out of it. I'm not the, probably won't be the best guy to do that. I don't have a camera crew or the high expense, the big dollar equipment to do this kind of thing. So it probably won't be the best. I'm not a video guy. I'm not an editor. I'm just a guy. But I can be different. Many people have said, you're different. And I would tend to agree with them on a lot of fronts. So here's the concept of iHUNT TV. I hope that through this I'm going to capture solo hunting adventures entirely on the iPhone. So I'm going to show you some of the hunting that I've done. I'm going to be able to maybe give you some tips and tricks on how to do this yourself so you can be part of the iHUNT TV team. Outdoor TV is supposed to be reality TV. And while that's real, and these guys put in hours and hours and they've invested tons of money, here's the reality. 99% of us out here that do this, that love hunting, we don't have a camera crew. We don't have a production team. We don't have sponsors. We don't have the best cameras in the world to do this. Now, the technology's changing so that smartphones, handy cams, GoPros, those types of things are coming out on the market. Most people have a phone. And that's what I learned, is that I can use my iPhone and do some pretty good video with it. I'm going to show you how to build a mount for your bow, at least one that works for me. I do have, you know, a couple of nice deer that I've taken over the years, and but here's the reality again. Reality is I don't have a team. Reality is I don't have sponsors. Reality is you're not going to see me shoot very many 200-inch deer on camera. A lot of times the camera work will probably be subpar. That's the reality. But the reality is 99% of us hunters out here, this is what we are. So I'm just expressing myself through this medium and hope that you enjoy the show. So if you like what you see, go to youtube.com, search for iHUNT TV, subscribe to that channel, and we'll also look us up on Facebook and give us a like. So I appreciate your support and your feedback. And if there's things that you can come up with on your own, maybe you have your own videos you want to submit to the page, we'll let you in. We'll post them for you. You can be part of the iHUNT TV team. Anyway, God bless you guys. Hope you enjoy the music. Go to ninthhourmusic.com, and I hope you enjoy iHUNT TV. One of the things that you got to do if you're doing this with an iPhone is you've got to make a mount of sorts that fits on your bow or your gun or whatever. And I've been playing with some different techniques and designs for that. I'm going to show you what I'm going to make a new bow mount for my iPhone. Now, I've taken my iPhone out of its case. I'm using a this is a Griffin Survivor iPhone case, and it's got the rubber outside, rubber coating, and then it's got a hard inside plastic case in there. Well, I've taken my iPhone out so I can show you what it is. But basically what I did was I was walking around in Lowe's one day, and I found, looking for ideas, and I found this piece of channel. It's an aluminum channel. I bought a 4-foot section. But if you'll notice, it just fits right. It fits right in there. You just wedge it right on in, and basically it will hold your iPhone. And you have access to the controls. You have the camera slot is clear. I don't know if you can see that here, but let me move over to the light. You can see the camera hole is open, and the screen, the viewfinder, is accessible. And anyway, what I did was I figured out I've got the width. I just rolled it over, pushed it in, and then I mark a mark there, and then I figure out how far I want it out from the bow. I know that my riser is going to hit about right here, if you can see that. So I'm going to put maybe a mark like right here to right here. So I will cut the entire thing off there, but then this one will basically be a cut from here to here. And then I will flatten this channel out and drill a hole in it, so that I can bend this. And hopefully I didn't cut it too far. So now I've got this bent, as you can see, into an L. And now I'm cutting this side off all the way through. So here it is. I've got the piece. You can see it's flattened out like a flag. It looks like a, where is it, flag? So as we're looking at it here now, you can see that I've cut the channel and flattened it all the way out. It's not perfectly flat, but it really doesn't need to be. You need to be aware that that's the weak point right there where the cut is. So that's the part that's going to end up breaking on you first. And this will break after time, but you know, it's like less than $5 for this piece of aluminum, and this is the second one I've made out of it so far, and they last for a while. Anyway, now I'm going to drill a hole. I'm going to drill a hole in here that will hopefully, my stabilizer will thread through, and it'll just mount right on the bow like that. Alright, so now what I'm doing is I'm taking it and I'm just grinding. I don't cut myself on things and hang up on it, so I didn't do this on the first one, but I'm at my brother's. He's got grinding wheel. That's what I'm doing right now, and alright, so here's the finished product. It is again, this is a bow mount, stabilizer mounted camera mount for an iPhone 4S in a Survivor or Griffin Survivor case. And let me show you how this works then. Anyway, you've got your case here, your Survivor case, and let me get my bow. I need my stabilizer. So let's see if I can set this up so you can see what I'm doing. Anyway, I have no idea if this is even going to be on there, but we'll set it up like that. Alright, so we got our bow, shoot the PSC Fireflight, move that out of the way, get your stabilizer, throw it through the hole, into the stabilizer threads, and just tighten her down whenever you So anyway, that's what it looks like mounted on the bow. I've got it out, like I said, a little bit farther than I had before, which we'll see how that works. Now, remember, that's the weak point right here, so movement this way, because it is weak there, you can adjust the angles a little bit when you're getting ready to shoot. And here's the case. So I like to mount it so that the camera is down, or the camera hole is down. So here's Here it is mounted in the thing. Now you have, when it's mounted down, there's a couple things that you got. You've got access to the controls on top. If your hands are free and you're using an iPhone, a lot of times, you know, if you got a security lock or a passcode on there, you have to type in a code. But the iPhone will allow you to access the camera just by swiping without unlocking the phone. So you have access to your buttons. And if you use the FaceTime camera on the iPhone, if you want to get a picture of yourself shooting, you just flip it around, and it's almost a perfect camera-mounted backward-facing camera then, or bow-mounted backward-facing camera. So that is what I'm doing with the iPhone, and at least this is what I'm trying right now with iHUNT TV, where all of my hunts are. I'm trying to do everything on the iPhone, all the editing, all the video. And having only one iPhone, which most of us only have one iPhone, makes it rather difficult sometimes to get multiple angles and things like that. So that's one way you can do it. Your front camera on an iPhone is an HD camera, so it takes great video. The audio's awesome. I have shot it where I flipped it over and put the camera hole on the top. What that also allows them is access to the charging port, which would be on this end of the phone. So if your battery's dying or whatever and you've got a portable charger, you can hook right in without taking it out. But the reason I liked this one as opposed to some of the others is I can just pull it right out. And we'll talk more about some of the limitations of the iPhone specifically, because that's what I'm dealing with in hunting with it and taking video, because weather plays an important part in how this thing operates and what you can do with it. So hope you like that tip. If you want to make your own, again, it's a 3/4 inch aluminum channel for plywood. I bought it at Lowe's in a 4-foot section. I've made 2, and I've probably got enough for 2 or 3 more. I don't even know. I'm not even measuring. I'm just using it off the case. So if you have a different type of case, of course you can make a modification, but this gives you an idea. This holds it very securely. I've shot this bow with this iPhone mounted in there, and it's not falling out. So it will stay in the bow without falling if you get it seated properly. So hope that helps, and I want to see you be part of the iHUNT TV crew or team or whatever. So there you go. Now that you know that what iHUNT TV is all about, and I've shown you how to make a mount for your bow, I'm going to cut this segment, because what I've learned is in the publishing of this video is that YouTube will only take a 15-minute video and links. So I'm going to cut it here, and then we're going to come back with the part 2 of this introductory episode, and you'll get to see the hunt. Anyway, thanks for tuning in.